It's true, we all speak the universal language of love. It's just that we do so in many different ways. Here are the love languages of each zodiac sign. 1. Gemini. Primary love languages, words of affirmation and acts of service. There's a reason why people love being around Geminis. Their dualistic charming personality and chatty nature makes it easy for Geminis to work a room and talk to anyone. The way to a Gemini's heart is through intellectual conversation and adventure, or else you run the risk of boring them. And once a Gemini loses interest, their flirtatious side will drive them into the arms of someone else. They thrive off being told how you really feel, specifically the way you show it through action. 2. Cancer. Primary love languages, words of affirmation and quality time. Cancers are nurturing, sensitive and will love you unconditionally, even if it's to their detriment. They feel safest and most secure at home, so spending quality time with their partner is ideal for the crab sign. But because they are loyal and overprotective, their love and affection can come across as clingy. However, kind and sincere words of adulation will truly win them over. 3. Leo. Primary love languages, gift-giving and acts of service. Ah, the brave and generous Leo. The creative lion of the zodiac thrives off exuberance and taking risks. In relationships, they love grandiose gestures and flattering compliments, but they're not easily fooled by empty words and praise. On the flip side, a Leo is at their best when he or she can help people in need. Of all the signs, they're the first to offer money or perform a kind deed for those in trouble. When dating a Leo, expect to be spoiled, but just know that they expect the same kind of attention and gifts in return. 4. Virgo. Primary love languages, acts of service and quality time. Incredibly organized, responsible and conscientious, a Virgo tends to obsess over the tiniest of details. But that overly obsessive attention to detail is what makes them great partners in love and life. They possess an innate desire to be of service to others. But don't expect them to respond favorably when you attempt to return the favor, or when you try to win them over with money, gifts or mushy affection. Here's the thing, Virgos don't go above and beyond for their partners to get something in return, it's just who they are inherently. Sure, Virgos can be mysterious, quiet and difficult to get to know, because they're so guarded. However, once they know they can trust you and you meet their high standards, they'll open up to you immediately. 5. Libra. Primary love languages, words of affirmation and acts of service. The diplomatic Libra is all about balance, as evidenced by their sign's depiction of the scales. People generally flock to Libras because they're naturally charming, reflective, and sociable. In fact, a Libra is at their highest potential when they're in a relationship or on a team. Among all the zodiac signs, Libras are the most kind-hearted and romantic, which explains why they're prone to do anything to please their partner. However, when out of balance, a Libra can be quite temperamental. Libras typically respond best to admiration and flattering words about their qualities and traits, but they're also expert listeners too. 6. Scorpio. Primary love languages, physical touch and acts of service. Passionate, intense and extremely emotional, Scorpios are the most extreme bunch in the zodiac. Because Scorpios are so good at plotting and hiding how they truly feel, it can be difficult to really get to know them. But despite their flaws, Scorpios still possess an electricity and magnetic aura that's hard to resist. For the average Scorpio, it's more about quality than quantity, so showering them with lavish gifts won't impress them. However, intimacy, sex and physical affection will. 7. Sagittarius. Primary love languages, gift-giving and physical touch. Sagittarius are optimistic, well-traveled, ambitious and free-spirited, which explains why they hate being tied down. If you're in love with a Sagittarius, you'll have to get used to their bluntness, flighty nature and no-strings-attached attitude. But once you accept that a Sagittarius will be difficult to pin down, at least in the beginning stages of the relationship, you'll never have to endure a dull day by their side. When they finally do decide to commit, however, they'll treat you to adventure and once-in-a-lifetime experiences, not necessarily material things. A Sagittarius also thrives off spontaneity, especially during sex. Keep in mind, though, that although Sagittarians have the gift of gab, they're often not comfortable talking about their own feelings. 8. Capricorn. Primary love languages, acts of service and quality time. Capricorns are very grounded and work really hard to reach their goals and full potential. As you might imagine, pursuing love or a romantic relationship isn't a Capricorn's #1 priority. More quiet and reserved, Capricorns tend to lead with action, not words. But because of this instinctual nature to be alone and keep their feelings to themselves, a Capricorn needs to be lifted up in words of encouragement. But more than anything, they need someone who will be just as devoted and loyal to them as they are to their partners. 9. Aquarius. Primary love languages, words of affirmation and acts of service. For lack of better words, the water bearer is the most unusual zodiac sign. Aquarians function like rebels without a cause, but their stubbornness and unwillingness to conform is also what makes them special and far ahead of their time. Though an Aquarius can be unpredictable and distant, they're also kind and empathetic, leading with their humanitarian heart. They love talking to people and unearthing what makes them tick. On the other hand, they usually could care less about what others think of them and are slow to reveal their true feelings. To win over an Aquarius, you have to give them their space and freedom. Being in love, for an Aquarian, means fostering deep connections and stimulating conversations. 10. Pisces. Primary love languages, acts of service and quality time. Pisces are imaginative, friendly, and intuitive, making them the most compassionate of the zodiac bunch. This can also be their downfall too. Because they so effortlessly absorb the emotions of those surrounding them and can easily adapt to their circumstances, Pisces-born individuals have a tendency to be taken advantage of in relationships. They often see things as they would like them to be, rather than for how they really are. Ever the hopeless romantic, Pisces do not like being alone. If you want to get on their good side, devote yourself to them and pull out all the stops when it comes to romance. 11. Aries. Primary love languages, words of affirmation and quality time. Fiercely independent and a go-getter, an Aries loves being showered with attention and compliments. The ram isn't afraid to go after what it wants in all matters of the heart and mind. This sign loves being on both the giving and receiving end of praise. Though they love to talk about themselves and have bae whisper sweet nothings in their ear, they also make great listeners too. 12. Taurus. Primary love languages, gift-giving and physical touch. It's no secret that the dependable and strong-willed Taurus has a love for the finer things in life, whether that's luxurious gifts or physical pleasure. The bull is very sensual and devoted to its partner and secure in its relationships. Tauruses tend to seek out people who, like them, have exquisite taste and style and love material things, which explains why they prefer to do the gift-giving than receive anything less than superb from others. They'd much rather you give them all of you, both mentally and physically, instead. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to stay Zodiac savvy.